what's up, guys? If anybody's there, might be some of you popping around. Got about 20 minutes before we start doing stuff. Let me know if y'all can't hear me or if you have any issues there. Do 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 do. There we go. I'm still just setting some stuff up for people who are popping in right now. Interesting. There we go. Hey, Bill. Awesome, awesome. I'm doing great, man. Glad to hear you're doing as well. I'm getting ready for the last hurrah of the holiday season. Pew pew. Where did my Unity stuff go? I had all this stuff set up a minute ago, but I copied some layers and it duplicated it, and so I have to rebuild it. Didn't notice it till after it went live, so you gotta get to see me poke around for a second here while we wait for people to come say hello. Is my sound alright? Volume too high, low, anything like that? They can go right there. Sweet. Something on my glasses. Sounds good? Good. Any quality issues? It was telling me that there is some bitrate problems, but it's the same settings that I always use, and there shouldn't be any issues. But let me know if there's any kind of blurriness or buffering or stuff that happens live. Actually, here, since you're here, Bill, real quick, There we go. Are you able to see the code on the screen here? Alright, about 15 minutes. Keep smelling something that smells like baby wipes, and I keep thinking my dog's got into something. Oh, you're on your phone. Oh, okay. Since you're popping on there, that is not the correct. There we go. There we go. I've got it pulled up just to confirm everyone can see the code. Let me know if people are coming in. If y'all can't see the font on the screen, quality should be HD, but there's a possibility that it's not. Let me know if y'all have any issues. Alright, Bill. I got the code pulled up specifically so you can poke your eyes on it. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Ba-doom boom. Boom boom ba-boom boom. Looks like when I go to it I can see it. My camera itself looks a little blurry, but the code looks fine. Not able to see it, huh? Alright, let me try something real fast. Is it unreadable blurry? Okay, it's better now? Alright, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so it just takes a minute for it to render in for you. That's cool. That works for me. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna go post this on the socials right quick, And hey, Loki, we're not. We're just looking and seeing if it was blurry or not. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Hey, Justin. And I'm doing good, Loki. How about yourself? How are you guys doing for the prep in the holiday season? I know Bill's getting ready for it. I'm not ready for it. I'm just ready to sleep. I'm ready for this weekend, though. Someone's here. Got about 8 minutes. You guys got plans for the weekend? I don't know about you guys, but besides, I gotta prep Monday's video, and then after Monday's video, I'm gonna spend the rest of it doing absolutely nothing but playing video games. The winter sale just started, so I picked up the Jurassic Park Evolution. It's pretty awesome. I got to play it for about 30 minutes prior to hopping on stream. Bits hunting for a new job. What kind of job you looking for? Excuse me while I eat Pez like a monster and just eat them straight out of the wrapper. Loki says, tired, very tired, and I have to work out still, so I'm not going to be here for most of the stream, but I figured I would check in on you and say hey. Well, I appreciate that. Hey! And then you leave. No. I eat Pez straight out of the wrappers. I don't use the dispenser. The dispenser is right here. Some snowman Pez. I just eat them. Eat them plain. They're delicious. I just started getting involved in LinkedIn. I don't know anything about it, but it's something that everybody does apparently. So I jumped on there and made my account and pretty much added everybody. Everybody who has pretty much had any kind of notification with me through email. So if you have a LinkedIn and you've commented on anything that you've commented on Game Dev HQ, there's some way that LinkedIn knew and sent out like 145 connection invites. I don't know how to use the platform yet, but I'm learning. Loki says, Your voice is like smooth buttered, so I figured it would help me relax a bit before warming up. Yeah. Relax. That's right, Bill. Relax and no work. In the perfect world. Yeah, if you're on LinkedIn, add me, man. I'm excited about it. See if there's a way I can send you, like, my link or something. Does it work if I just send you, like, the link to, like, my profile? I don't know if it works this way or not. Here, let's see. Oh, it didn't. I sent my own link, and it didn't work. How rude. Got about 5 minutes before we jump in today. Let's see. I'll post it in. Yeah, I'll post it in the lounge. There we go. Shameless plug, activate. Technically, it's not a plug. It's for Game Dev HQ, so I mean. But I like to pretend that I'm a rebel. Makes me feel good. Doom 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 doom. Doom doom doom. Oh, you sent one? Sweet. Let's see. Accepted. We're now connected, Bill. Connected by the hip. No, just kidding. We're not that close, man. We're not that close. Uh-oh. I was looking at Facebook instinctively. Had to turn it off. It's getting bad. Okay, so we can go ahead and just start yapping about what's going on today. Let me go ahead and turn this down. I need a little bit up to keep me in the mood. Whoop whoop. Wait. Yeah. All right, cool. Alright, so where we left off last time, and follow Game Dev HQ. Sweet! Alright, so where we left off last time is... Actually, let me see if there's a way that I can... Should I move it? No, I'll leave it the way that it is, and then I'll move things around as we need to. Alright, so... last time I already had this level kind of just pre-created. We left off with creating checkpoints for our mech to follow. So if you're just kind of figuring out what's going on here, you've never watched before, essentially what we're doing is we're creating an endless runner. And for the first thing that we're focused on is just the movement aspect. Probably, I'll go ahead and I'll move it above me real quick. Yum yum. Yum yum. Cool. Alright, so you can see here in the bottom of the game section the perspective. So it's going to be it's intended to be a mobile app. The mech will just simply run down the path, and whenever he hits one of these checkpoints, he'll be given a new one, and then he'll go to the next direction. So we chose this method so we can create pre-designed levels, and when they hit these different checkpoints, they can go off into other directions. So you can see here in, for example, let me jump over here to this one. So if they hit this checkpoint here, they have the option to go to the right and then go to the next checkpoint instead. So if they hit that one, they have the option to go to that one. And that system is going to involve splines, which is something that Sam helped explain, which we may or may not get to. I'm hoping that we at least touch base on the article that he wrote for it. So what we're basically going to do today is we're just going to make the checkpoint system. The mech will follow all the way around the map, and then we'll get camera following. After we have camera following, actually I think we have camera following already set up, but movement's no longer active. So once we get the movement, we're going all the way around the map. We're then going to have to figure out how to get them to rotate, and then, well, getting them to rotate should be a little bit easy, but getting the camera to rotate with them probably won't be as easy, because I don't have any idea how to do that, so we're going to be researching that kind of as we go along, or of course if you know how to do it, go ahead and prep yourself for that one. So let's go ahead and open up all the good stuff. Womp womp, wrong one. Let's see, where's all my stuff? Here we go. Alright, so we have our script already pretty much just, you know, the predetermined. We got fixed update here because this is where we're going to handle all the physics of movement. Here's the actual movement, or of course we're going to call it here in movement, or we're going to call it in fixed update, sorry. And so we need to basically create an array for the list of checkpoints that are actually on the scene. And let's see, so let's just call them, and for, I don't know if anybody realizes this, but I use serialized field on pretty much everything. The reason I use serialized field, whether it's a private or a public, is because you're pretty much gonna, I mean, personally, I pretty much just make everything private, and then I use serialized field, because what this does is it pretends that it's public and puts it into the inspector. So this is just so I can play with it in the inspector specifically. But so that way you can still make it private, and it's not accessible by any other code, and it's something that lets you play with it on Unity. So let's do, I think we need to monitor the transform, and then we're going to call it, just call it checkpoints. So wait, we need to clarify that it's an array, right? Is this after this? Right? That's right, right? I think that's right. Let's see. Okay, and then basically what we're going to do is inside the array is we're just going to tell the robot to, let me go ahead and just write it out in the comments so I don't get myself lost and I don't get y'all lost. So fixed update's cool, but for movement, the goal is to pretty much move position to next checkpoint upon collision with checkpoint. Add +1 to the range to move towards the next checkpoint. And then we also have to think about when it reaches the last one. So when the last checkpoint is hit, reset the checkpoint value to 0 to restart the clock. Restart the checkpoints, rather. Best method for this one, though. Let's see. Hold on, I lost my chat. Go from checkpoint to checkpoint. Correct. Alright, so we have our array here, and we'll clarify what our checkpoints are here in a minute. So let's do, because we're going to have to determine what the actual checkpoint is. So what we're going to do is we're going to put something in here, but we're going to call it next point. So we're going to do serialized field. We'll just do an int to keep up with the value, not a float. I don't think we're going to have any reason to do a float for this. Excuse my noobness. Does anybody say anything? Nope. Checkpoint, checkpoint. Next point. Where is my movement? I think it's transform.translate that we're going to use just to move towards it, right? Let's see. Give me the tool. Give me the toolkit. Let's see. Transform. Yeah. Dot. Translate. Alright. Void transform.translate. Vector 3 translation space relative to. Alright, so we just need. Let's go from checkpoint to checkpoint, same thing. Actually, should I be cheap? Maybe I'll be cheap. I'm going to do it this way, and then y'all simply let me know if there's a better way to do it in your opinion. I think it'll work perfectly fine this way. So let's do form dot position equals vector 3 dot, where is it? Is it move towards? Yeah. Vector 3, current 3, vector 3 target, float max distance, distance delta. Alright, let's do, we want the transform of the current arrays, right? Or is it through the checkpoints? One sec. Let me pull up an example real quick. This is where we're going to pull up using a graph would probably be the best. Send me a link of what you're referring to, ORS. One sec. Wait, no. Wrong one. Vector 3 dot move towards. Okay. I'll return in this function point max distance. Is this the right one? Yeah, vector 3 move towards for current vector target. Where is my transform? It's going to be our arrays. Speed, we'll get the speed here in a sec. Do I have speed already set up? Yeah, I do have a speed. But let me do real fast. We're going to flip back over to the script real quick, and we're just going to add a speed component. There's already a speed here, but it's not times.delta time, and I just don't want to do the math within that code line. So we're going to do a let's do a temporary variable right here. So real speed. Wop wop wop. What do I want to make it? Equals. So this is just a temporary variable. It's going to come in and create real speed, and it's just we're taking speed, which is 5f, and just giving it time.delta time, so that way it matches our frame rate with everything. That's the basic stuff there. Let's see what ORS says. You build a node class that has an array of possible paths you take from there. I'll see if I can implement it in C# right now. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and build that up. Feel free and send that to me. Faux show. Alright, and I'm still looking at this reference here real quick. So transform, pick more transform position, target position. Yeah. That seems right. We can do that. Ugh. The strange thing is having to go from tab to tab. It's just to make sure you guys are seeing the same thing that I'm looking at instead of me just instinctually looking at it. It's making it like a little bit longer to do stuff, you know? Attention dot position. Oh my god, why did I do that? And we want to call the array, and then this is where we're going to put next point at. This is the next point value. So basically every single time we run into a checkpoint here, this is going to determine where we're directing ourselves to. And then we're going to times it by the real speed. And then in the ah. And then, so this should technically move it towards it. So without any changes, this should now technically start walking. Let's see here. Oop, what do I got? Oop, I had a spelling mistake, that's all. One sec. Just spelled position wrong. One sec. Fixed. Cool. Should not be capturing when there is hot control. What is that? What is this? No idea what that means. Oh. Here, let's see. Let's see if we move. Nope, it's not moving. It's walking at least. Oh yeah, the array's out of range. We didn't apply the actual array. So now that I got Unity here real fast. Alright, here's our inspector. Here's our checkpoint listing right here. We don't have anything listed. I think it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our size should be 6. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Stop it. I don't know what I just did. Let me undo everything there. Cool, go away. We only want the mech. Our checkpoints size shall be 6. And then which one's going to be the first one? So the first one probably should be the one behind him, but he's up front, so we're going to move it to the one in front of him. Yeah, position was brokety broke. Hey, QNOM21, how's it going? Alright, one sec here. Let me do this number. Bam! Yeah. Now y'all gotta stare at my pretty face. Alright, so the origin will probably be... So this one. And I've had an issue in the past where you don't actually want to pull one of the prefabs from the hierarchy, and instead you probably want to pull the prefab from the actual assets, because for some reason what it likes to do is not actually save. It doesn't let you apply it to the mech's prefab. And I set my stuff up this way, and I don't know how to use it off the top of my head. Let's see. Too much stuff. Everything's all broken up. Where's my stuff? My environment, my checkpoints. Alright, so if I remember right, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet, they are already lined up. Awesome. No, we haven't decided on a name. So while I'm setting up these arrays, discuss a name, because I have not gotten enough different entries. We had one that was really cheesy, and it was from Loki, and I don't remember what it was off the top of my head for the name that we were poking at. But he came up with one. It was super cheesy, and it was like perfectly cheesy though. All right, so let's see. So element 0, we want to go in front of element 0, so we're going to go 1, and then we're going to do 2. Oh, I need to stop confusing myself. So 3, 4, 5, and then 0 is number 6, and then now I should be able to apply it. There we go. See, now it saved them. They're not bold and black anymore. Whenever they're bold and black like that, they're not saving to your prefab, and I had that issue kind of experimenting around, trying to add these checkpoints previously. especially my mouse tap game originally. So now, next checkpoint is 0. So 0. That's not what we want. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. That's the actual prefab's name. So 0 should be number 1. So it should go forward. Yeah. Alright, sweet. So it hits it. Now we just need to add the actual on collision. So we just need to make sure that it knows it's hitting it. Do my checkpoints have colliders on them? They do have colliders. They're set to triggers. They have the rigid body active. Sweet. So now we're just going to real quick, we are going to set up the wonderful world. Womp womp. There we go. Alright, so we just need void on trigger enter, and oh boy, it already automatically did it. Sweet. So if let's do, let me check something real fast. Alright. Okay, cool. So they're already tagged. We're gonna go ahead and call it by the tag then. So we're going to call it if other dot tag equals check points, and that is singular, not a plural. Then all I should have to do is just plus up next checkpoint, right? Ah. Yeah, that should work. Let's see. That's a slow load. It's never a good sign. Alright. 1. Yeah. 2. Yeah. Look at that little guy. He looks absolutely ridiculous because he's not rotating, of course. But, let's see. Yeah, so he's going around perfectly fine. And then now when he hits it, we need to read that when he hits this very last one, that we reset it. So the very last one that he hits is element 5. So I think if the point equals 6, we reset it to 0. So let's do that. Alright, do we want to call it an else? Will it work in an else? Or I'll just call it another if. We'll call it another if because I know that'll work, and then we'll try it another and an else because that'll be better. Be a lot better. So if why did you not choose it? Alright, next point. Alright. You guys were able to see the movement, right? I looked over and saw that the coding was on, and I don't know if I flipped it over or not. Alright, so if next point is, we'll say greater or equal to 6, then we're going to just reset next point to 0. And we want it the reason we're doing it in the collision is because we don't want it to reset it unless it's hit. So the moment it collides with one of those checkpoints, it should then, if it's already 6 or higher, it's going to reset it to 0, and then it should just loop. So we should have a nice little loop going on with the actual mech now. Let's see. Oops. Why is it not following? Alright, there we go. Oh, cool. If I hold it down, it'll just automatically do it. Can I zoom out? Oh, yeah, I can totally zoom out. Alright, cool. It looks like it's working. It's going around. Round and around and around. We'll just make sure it doesn't pop up anything weird. Let it go around one more time. Get to that last checkpoint. And then I can see it clearly. Yeah, that's working fine. Cool. So now what we want to set up is the rotation. And I'm confident that I can get them to turn. but I'm not confident that I can get the camera to turn and keep the camera's position, because that's going to be a lot of math probably, so that's going to be interesting. So we're going to be Googling here in a second. So let's see. Alright, so where do we want this? All this is good, all that's done. Alright, so now for our movement, when boop, boop, boop. There we go. See, I knew I'd forget again. Alright, so I basically just removed all the previous comment because there's no reason to have it there anymore, because we got everything up here to work. So now we're trying to figure out how to get them to rotate. So when the mech collides with checkpoint, rotate the mech to face the checkpoints. I think there's just a thing that's called look to, if I remember right. So let's, whew, got my thing confused here. Let's look up look to. Wrong one. Or is it look at? Transform.look at. Let's see if this is it. Alright, rotates the transform to the forward vector, points at target's current position, then it rotates the transform to point its up direction, and the direction hinted by world up vector. Do we need the world up? Yeah, we probably need it. And if you leave out world up parameter, the function will use a world y axis. Dot world up is only a hint vector. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, cool. So this should be just pretty simple. Let's see. Probably never going to be that simple. Well, let's find out. Things can never go that smoothly, eh? So movement, put it underneath, and we're just going to say transform. Oh, jeez. There we go. Is it in here? Look at transform targets, and then we'll say probably the checkpoints, and then we just need the array tag, right? I don't know if we need to apply this and say dot position. I don't think some of my keys are working here. A period, my I, and then vector 3 world up. I don't know if we need to edit that, but let me just go ahead and put the default one, because this is just a hint one. So let's try it real quick. Is it dot? Hold on. No, is it not dot? Where is it? Where's my reference? Yeah, I don't even think we need to use the... I don't even need to use this. Let's see what happens. Y'all are probably correcting me in chat, but I refuse to read it because I want it to break. Alright, let's see. Ah! Yes. Yes. And the camera is looking completely away. Yeah. Let me see if I can. No, that ain't working. Here, let me do this number. That didn't work either. Jeez. Yeah, so you can see that the camera's not rotating with it. So that's the next part, is figuring that out. That ought to be fun. Let's see. Alright, let me flip-flop this back. There we go. Undo this here. Yeah, it's definitely a rough turn. Yeah, I mean we'll add some stuff to it later. I think that's where the spline thing comes in, which I'll talk to Sam about it. I don't know if you were here for that one. I don't recognize your name, so probably not. But yeah, we're definitely gonna we're gonna change it later, but just want to get like some basics just to kind of stare at it and be like, all right, so how can we go back in and add even more to it? Cinemachine? No, not using Cinemachine for anything. No. Oh, using Cinemachine to change the camera? You mean? Oh, it's the first one. Well, welcome. Yeah, this is it's the idea is student research because I'm learning myself. I'm still a student. I'm primarily, I do all kinds of other stuff besides development for Game Dev HQ, but this is my learning journey and I'm trying to I want to share it with you guys, man. So, it'll be a whole lot of me messing up. Y'all get to correct me, make fun of me. So, let's see. See, but if I do look at with, I wonder if I can, let's see. Alright, let me pull this back up. So this kind of works, but we're going to say, come back, make soother suggestion. So we're going to say, prototype, turn for now. And then next is the camera follow. And we already have a camera controller right here. And let's see. This one did nothing. Alright, so the super simple camera script that's in here right now. It's basically just camera spot right here. It's just taking the transform and position of the camera and removing it from the transform position of the mech and using that as the offset, and then it's forcing you to use that math to determine the exact placement of the camera. That's how it stays behind it. So in Cinemachine you have a field for following a game object. Huh. That'd be interesting. So then let's see. So if we are, let's see, Deader says, nice, yeah, I'm taking some classes as well, not for game dev, but that's where I'm hoping to get into. Been going through some of the Udemy courses on the side, too. RS is like, but doing it by hand is cool, too. Yeah, let's see. So Cinemachine, it's an asset. It's not in there by default, and I didn't prep that asset, and that'll take some time, because I'll have to download it, and that'll probably mess up the stream. But I will do that off stream and see if it works, and if it does, then next Thursday I'll show you all how I figured it out. But I did not figure out how to get the camera rotation prior to today, so this is all going to be part of the fun stuff. Arave says, what if we make cam rotation same as the player rotation, but it might be so rough though? Yeah, I mean, my curiosity was if I can just do this. So let's just try transform dot, I already forgot how I wrote it in the first one, so hold on. Yeah. Don't try this at home, kids. Copying pasting's for losers. Alright, let's do, and then we're going to say, stare at the mech! Let's find out. I think that's only going to change one axis, though. So, oh, mech 1's not determined. Is it? Yeah, it is. Why is that messing up? Can I convert to transform? Oh, because we need to transform? That's fine. We can do that, too. So now it just needs a transform to go to. Why is this? There we go. Private. Transform. We're going to say mech trans 1. And then real quick we're going to simply go and apply that. It is in our camera. Transform is the mech. Let's save this over real quick. Transform.rotation equals player.transform.rotation. I don't think it'll read the offset though. Like, I don't think it'll read that whole offset thing that's built into it to make that camera follow. We can try that one too, but real quick I'm going to see if this one breaks everything, because I want to know. So let's see. So, mech. I'm just fixing something real quick, because I left it, I didn't call the right variable. Mech trans 1. Alright, so right variable's been selected, so let's see if it breaks. It's probably going to break. I don't think it's going to do anything. Alright, so right now, and it rotates, and it didn't do anything. It literally did nothing. Yeah, you can see the camera right there, and it's not moving on at all. Alright, so let's try your way then. Good sir. Alright, so let's say transform dot rotation equals. Why does it do that? Every time I hit enter, it's supposed to accept it. Make trans 1 transform dots. Would it be the rotation? Would it match it this way? If this works, I'm gonna hug you. Alright, let's see. Here we go, here we go. Alright, I'm moving the game up here, moving the scene down here. Y'all can see the game. Yeah, boy. Alright, cool. Fingers crossed. Oh no, what happened? Oh, it just scaled. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Wait, what is this error? Why do I have an error? It says it hasn't been... What? Hold on. Unassigned reference exception, the variable probably need to assign. Oh, womp womp. That's because I made that change. Mech trans 1 needs to be the mech. There we go. Save. Yeah, it's probably just gonna rotate. Oof. Yeah, it like it went and did its own thing here. Yeah, look where. All right, let me show you in the scene view here, so you can see that. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so you see, it's definitely following its rotation, but you can see that it's totally not reading the offset. So I wonder if there's a way that we can force the offsets. I kind of want to play with it without having to research, without having to look it up and Google it, just because I have some ideas. So we're gonna waste a little time real quick poking around. Feel free, if y'all got ideas, shoot them out. Feel free to do the research prior while I'm not looking at it right now, just to see if you can come up with something. So let's see. So we currently control the offset here, and this is our actual offset. So can I do transform position minus? Well, can we add the cams? Nope, we can't, huh? Wop wop. Let's see, what's my error? Rotation transform world space stored as a Quanterian. Operator plus cannot be applied to Quanterian vector 3s. Alright, so we can't apply addition. So if it rotates on that, because it's keeping the offset. Technically, it's keeping the offset of. Man. When the mech rotates, the camera rotates. The same, but the offset creates additional movement to the side, because it's applying that offset to its actual shoulder end. So when it goes through, it moves the camera over to its side in the exact same offset position that's available to it normally. So it's super strange. So I wonder if we also say, I know this is probably not going to do anything, but I'm curious to see what it does. Because the look at technically didn't work because I didn't have this set up. I didn't have that entered. So let's see what happens. Dang it! Well, let's see what happens when he hits one and turns. Yeah, it doesn't even... It doesn't even rotate with it. It just stays looking at it in one perspective, so it doesn't change. Alright. So, that means... Whoop whoop. Googling time. Alright, so let's see. Actually, let me try something. Ah, stop it. No, just the one line. Okay. Rotates, but applies offset, making the camera aim at the shoulder. Needs an alternate rotation. Camera, follow, and rotation, Unity. Alright. Alright. Ye old Google. Alright. What do we got? What about having the camera copying the mech rotation? Yeah, that's what we just did. So the mech trans, here, let me show you. So that's just kind of what it's doing right here. So the transform rotation equals the mech's rotation. So it's requesting the rotation of the mech. And that's where what's happening is it's doing the rotation, and then it's also applying cam spot. So then what ends up happening is it goes and it spins, but then it goes offset to its shoulder. And so that's because of this. And I can't think of a way to apply both of these in the same instance. So we're gonna look at this forum post right quick. Looks like it's on answers.unity, which is perfect. Alright, made a camera that follow X, Y, and Z player position and rotation, but have a problem with the player shift rotate. The camera updates his rotation, but not his relative position, blah, 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 blah. So create a C-scripts, transform follower.cs, copy paste this code. Well, we're not going to copy paste, so let's see if we can make sense of it. Alright, so transform follower, that's what he's calling it. It's a serialized field. The transform is a target, so this would be mech. Vector 3, offset position, so this is our cam spot that we already have. Private space, offset position space. So space, I don't know that one. We're going to look that up in a second. If y'all know, or anybody watching right now wants to quickly pull up the scripting API, if you don't know the answer, and pull up what space is, and link that to me on our chat, I'll pull that up next. Private bool is look at equals true, so it's asking if it's looking at it or not. And then we're doing a refresh method in our update. Public void refresh, if the target's equal to null, then we put a warning that it's missing, it's not there. Return it. And then this is checking the position right here. So if offset position space equals space.self, then we transform the position to the mech position point. Transform point. Where did this one come from? Transform points. That must be a new one that I don't know as well. So we'll look up both these here in just a second. Transform position, and then, yeah, so this is just applying. This is the exact same thing as the cam spot that we have. It's just taking and doing the math of adding the offset after it's moved the camera. And if it's looking at transform dot look at target. No way. This is like the same thing that we just tried with look at that failed miserably. No way it's going to work. So unless it's this thing right here. So let's find out what space is real quick. Alright. I haven't checked chat in a minute. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Nope, nobody's saying anything yet. Cool. The coordinate space in which to operate. Use space.world to transform a game object using Unity's world coordinates, ignoring the game object's rotation state. Ew. Use space.self to transform a game object using its own coordinates and consider its rotations. Okay, so that's probably the missing piece of the puzzle. Alright, so let's try this then. Okay. So we already have our transform for the mech. We have the cam spot. Alright. We have the offset. We have the transform. Now we need the space thing here. Serialized field. Private. Space. This will be a new one for me, so let's see. So we'll say, just so I know, we're going to keep it up to the same thing I know. So cam spot space equals space dot self. So looking at its own space, looking at its own world coordinates. And then we're making a bool to see if it's actually looking. Serialized field. Womp womp. Private bool. And we'll just, yeah, we'll say you. No. You're looking at me, mate? I'm just kidding, we're not gonna do that. Look at me. Equals, what am I, default it? True, yeah. Sweet beans, that should be all of our variables that we need. One sec, checking the chat. What about having the camera, copying the mech rotation, putting the camera in the mech as a child? We can try that. Let's try this Unity Answers resolution real quick and see if that works. And if it doesn't, then we will definitely poke around and try that. Alright, where was I? So we need a refresh system. We will get it underneath this void update here. Let me get rid of these clear. So void. Alright, go back to it. There we go. So we're just basically checking if there is no target here. So in this case, if there is no mech. Alright, so if there's no mech, then we just want to debug. We're done. My mech be. And then I think we just return it, right? Yeah, we just return it. Alright, that's our refresh. That's just for that, alright. And now we're going to check all this other fun stuff. So it's probably just we're gonna probably end up deleting everything that's up here. So we can go ahead and just get rid of that. And we're gonna call this refresh, because everything that we just wrote in late update is being moved down into this anyway. Alright. Alright, this is where we're playing with the offset stuff. Is it the space offset that we need? Yes, it is. Cam spot space. If the offset of space equals space dot self, which it does by default. And this is where we're going to apply lmatho. Transform dot position equals target dot transform point. I didn't know what this was. What is this? Transform point. Back to the API. Transform point. Transform dot transform point. Transform position from local space to world space. Okay, cool. So that's just changing that. Equals transform dot is transform point. Why is that not working? Yeah, that debug string's where it's at, man. Alright, why you do this to me? Position. Transform to transform point. Yeah, it should be that simple, right? So why am I having issues? Let's see. Because for me, it's saying that it's not a thing. Huh. Dots. Yeah, that's not, no tooltip. That one doesn't work. Let's see. Maybe I just need to... Let me just try something real quick. So we'll say new vector 3. Transmech. It's been a minute since I've done this. Hold on. Vector 3. Equals, and then we just need to say, well, let me just try it in here real quick. So let me do transform dot. Okay, so it works in here if I already have. So why does this not work? I did copy and paste it there. I want to see if it breaks on me. We'll just do this. Get rid of that. Interesting. What? What did I have last time? Did I accidentally put minus last time? Is that what I did? Maybe I put minus instead of equal, because that's acting like it wants to work. Alright, so that's cool with me. No complaint there. Cannot convert from to space. Why not? Why can it not work? And it says give me an error with this one. I don't know if you guys can see the tooltips. Yeah, it doesn't let y'all see the tooltips. So for me, argument 1 cannot convert from UnityEngine.space to UnityEngine.vector3. So it's a space, and it's trying to convert it to vector. It says that that can't happen. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here on this. Alright, where's space, self, serialized field, space offset position, space. Offset position. We've already got the offset position. We have the space offset. Let me see if anybody says this is broken. So I have to get over the camera around, blah blah blah. So I come to get this code and did all that. For some reason, when I try to move the player, camera says a fixed instance, but it rotates really fast. Make the camera a child. Look at that. Some ORS was correct. So you can always make the camera a child of the player object and set it at some distance behind the player to make it like a 3D person game. But you have to be aware of clipping and this kind of stuff. Okay. Man, I want to switch to that, but we've gotten so far at this figuring out this guy's script. I want to use it, so we're going to use it. If it doesn't work and if it gives us too much of a hassle, we'll go the old way. Hey, Sajad. So basically what we're just trying to do is we're just trying to get the camera to rotate with the mech. Here, I'll show you real quick. Book-a-dook-a-doop. Wrong one. Wrong one. Oh my gosh, where are all my buttons? There we go. Sweet. Let me see. That's probably not going to work without... we're just going to do this number. That way it's not running. Hopefully it'll let me do it. Nope, it won't. It won't until with all the compilers. So let's see. But basically, the mech moves forward. He hits a checkpoint and he rotates. And when he does that rotation, we want the camera to follow around. But in this case, we are following a Unity Answers guide that somebody had, and see if we can't get it to work. But real quick. See, it's telling me that I can't convert this. So it's telling me that I can't use this because space here does not convert to a vector, which is what it's trying to apply. Interesting. that's right. That's because womp womp. That's why. Solved. Wasn't using the space. I was reading the space because of the compute position starts with space. I need to do better wordings for these variables so I don't get them mixed up like I keep doing. Alright, so let's see. Transform dot position equals the mech dot position. Why is that? Maybe I need the maybe I need the mech trans. Let's see. What's that? There we go. Why does it not want to work? Well, there we go. Hierarchy. My bad, guys. I forgot. Transform, and then we can call position. Noob. You're such a noob, Ryan. I know. I know I am. Now we're going to add the cam spot. And now that we have the cam spot add, this is just to get the camera to follow again. So we've rewritten that. Like I said earlier, we'd probably end up doing. Let me just save that real quick. God, I don't like that we're using so many if statements. So after we're done, we're going to see if we can't turn this into a switch statement. So if, look at me. Okay, sir, new Cinemachine, which means good option 2. Yeah, so somebody else mentioned the Cinemachine, but since I wasn't aware of that prior, and we're already kind of going and streaming, I would have to download the Cinemachine asset pack and apply it, and that would mess up the stream. So if we can't get it to work through code, and Cinemachine ends up being the option, that'll be something that I have to do kind of off-screen, and then come back next Thursday and apply it that way. But for now, we're going to keep trying to do this here through code and see how it goes down. Alright, so if we're looking, that's gonna be strange. So, alright. So rather than, I'm not fully explaining everything that it's doing at the moment. I just want to make sure that it works, and once it works, I'll be able to better understand the code myself, and then be able to therefore explain it. Oh my gosh, stop it. There we go. I forgot we need the transform. Yeah, because we're asking for a transform and we're looking at the transform. Okay, so in theory, the way this should basically work is this is our offset for where the camera is going to be placed over the shoulder, like a third person. And then this is just our debug. We're done, my mech me. And sorry, I had to go check what screens are doing. See, David says, stupid question, Unity 101, why is it preferable to use serialized field, private some type, some var, instead of using a public some type, some var? So basically I use serialized field for private variables when I want it to be available in the inspector. Here, I'll show you. So serialized field lets us use it in the inspector. So does a public, but being public means it can still be called by other aspects of the script, and I don't want it to be called. So I want it to be private to the mech, to that one script, not be callable by anything else or even found by anything else. But I still want it to be in the actual inspector, like you can see here. So checkpoints are all in here, but this is a private variable. It's a private array, but by making it a serialized field, I can then play with it in the inspector. So that's why I do that. Whether there's more reason besides that, I don't know. That might be a little bit beyond me. But for the most part, it's so you can have a private variable without that. Yes, correct. So it's isolated to that class. And still lets me use that inspector. Alright. Oh, that's right. We were done with this. So let's see if it works. Ah! Here's to hoping. Oh! No! Oh, wow. Alright. Didn't work. Check this out. Alright, everybody can see the game. Ready? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's playable. Is that the Alright, something's not working there. Not at all. Yeah, that didn't work at all. So we're gonna try doing the child aspect real quick. I was really hoping that this code stuff would work real quick, but since it didn't, what we're gonna do is, I wonder. Let's see. Hey, for the putting it in the child, do you know if we still need the script that says to follow it for just the actual offset? You mentioned that we can just do it all manually. So here, instead of deleting this script in any way, I'm just gonna pull it off. Remove that component. Then we're gonna take the camera, place it into the mech, pull it up top. Nope, no need, eh? Alright, let's do it. Ban it, ban it, ban it. Well, look at that. That was a fun exploratory moment, though, wasn't it? Trying to code it anyway. Alright, well, now we just need to mess with the actual turning, so the turning's not ugly. Because that's obviously ugly. We're just, like, teleporting across the map, basically, is what it looks like. Yeah, it's, like, instantaneous. That's funny. It's kind of upsetting that the child route was the way to go. Alright, but it's also understandable. I wanted to code it, okay? I wanted to do it. Alright, let's see. Alright, guys, let's see if y'all can help me out with this one then. This is where we would probably want to look at the actual spline aspect, but here's what we got going on right meow. So, the transform.lookAt is what's obviously changing the mech. Mech looks at next checkpoint, but instead, we want a gradual turn towards the objective. So, rotation until looking at checkpoint. So, is there a way that we can like apply that, like, can we turn the results of what look at would be? So, like, if the next checkpoint is hit, and so the next target changes, so next point changes, it goes up to number 1. Can we grab the value of what position would be, and then say if it rotates and hits the rotation of the next location, stop rotating? So can we say rotate until you hit this exact motion? I wonder if that's what we can do. Let's see. Rotate object to face another object slowly. Alright, let's see. Pulling out going to the Google land. And just a heads up, there is a slight, like, it's about a 10-second delay between me and you. So if you guys are sending any suggestions to make them slowly rotate, I'll see them here in a couple of seconds. So have a reach checkpoint equals true. Is reached checkpoint true correct though? Because is that checking when it hits the next one? So we say it's false, and then We would have to read though, because I feel like that would almost require a ray cast shooting out to see if it's in front of it. Because I don't know how we would monitor what the current position of the object is that it needs to rotate to. Hold on one sec. Let's see what this says real quick. So let me see if this guy's got the same problem real quick. I want my object to rotate face moving target object, but I want it to turn slowly towards the target with a lag. Like a huge rock rotating, it isn't going to happen instantly. Look at, it's obviously snaps. Can't figure out how to rotate towards. Oh, rotate towards is a new one. And try to modify any Euler angles. Alright, let's see what this guy says. So variable is the target, this is our mech. Transform of the mech. Strength, how powerful of a turn. Function update, target rotation. Okay, so we're using the quaternion angles to look at rotations. So target dot positions minus the transform dot position, and then the strength. This is a, looks like a temporary variable. Yeah, looks like a temporary variable for math dot the minimum. Strength times time to delta times 1 transform rotation quaternion dot LRP. See, I don't know what this one is. I don't know specifically that term. Transform dot rotation, target rotation is the strength. That should probably work. Alright, let's see. Let me check chat before I start typing away. Let's see, we should have a current checkpoint and next checkpoint, and about the rotation, just rotate the sprite and the camera. If, can you use paint or something to show us? Oh, you're talking to ORS. Yeah, ORS, if you can use like Hastebin, go to like Hastebin and give me like an example code and send me the Hastebin. And while you do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try this method real quick. Alright. It's not just about the making it, man. It's about the failure. It's all about the failure. Alright, so we are going to just comment this out for right now. Alright. So we already have the transform, so we don't need to put the variable of the transform. Still building from scratch at the moment. That's fine, ORS. Take your time. Alright, let's see. Target rotation. Alright, so this is in movement, so let's do... We're just calling it, I guess? Is he making it right here? Yeah, no, we need to make it something. So let's do... Huh. Here, let me show you guys this real quick. Alright, so a question for y'all then real quick. So he's showing it's an update, but I don't feel like this is a complete thing here. So he's saying target rotation equals this, but what should this be? Should this be a transform? Right, so this should be a new transform variable right here. So target rotation, or is it, like, I don't know if it's calling that. So max rotation, because it's not giving me what the variable would be here, which scares me for these. Yeah, because I feel like it's that. You can use rotate towards, it works like move towards. Okay, rotate towards, let's go look that up real quick, because that sounds simpler. Alright. Current. Making sure you guys can see me still. Okay, cool. Alright, so vector 3 target direction equals target position. Yeah. Okay, so it was a vector. Sweet! Alright. Let's give this a roll. Check in chat real quick. Let's see, so he says target rotation is like your next checkpoint object. Yes. Alright, so vector 3. We'll say target rotation. So we're moving it to the checkpoint. Does that run? It doesn't run. What is this? What does it say? It doesn't want. So let's see. Target direction should be the position for the checkpoints, right? Or is it going to be the current? Or is it my current position? No. So maybe, no, not neck point. So just be, will that work? Curse you! Yeah, there we go. Alright, 1 second, checking chat. Doing it right, what's the error? Yeah, so the error is just on how I did it, because I keep forgetting the hierarchy. So I gotta remember that if I'm calling the array, so I have to call the array's name, I have to put the element inside, and then I have to put the transform dot position. So now it should work. And there's about a 20-second delay, so just keep that in mind whenever you see me do something and then change it, and you're like, no, it was the first one. You'll have to specify, because there might be that delay. I have the latency really low, so it doesn't do that, but sometimes it's just not gonna save us. So we're gonna just use the same speed. So we're gonna apply the exact same speed. So vector 3 new rotation equals vector 3 dot rotate towards, and then the transform dot forward. I guess that's the direction in which it moves, is it? Alright, so let's say so that's going to go towards the target rotation, and then we're going to use the real speed. Do I have real speed? Because that's already applying time.delta time. 0.0 f. I don't know what this is applying, so let's see. Max magnitude. So I guess it's like the max additional, max radians. Whew, that's going to be fun. Oh, cool. So yeah, here, we'll wop. Alright. I haven't done this one before, so here's a different debug that I haven't done. So we're going to draw array, transform, dot, position, new rotation, and then we're going to color that bad boy red. So what this is hopefully should do is just shoot out a line for us to see in the scene editor. And then so this might actually be doing more than, maybe not, we'll see. I should probably separate the actual rotation and the movement. So we'll do, that's fine, we'll skip it for now. Nope, wrong one. Say you guys get to see me mess up so much. It's great. Dot look rotation, and then we're gonna get the new rotation in here. Alright, and then if this works, we're gonna come back to it and comment it out so we can understand it. So let's see if it works. Where's my Unity? There it is. Sweet. Alright, letting that load up, letting that save. No errors on the screen. Let me save the mech. Come on. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Oh, nope. It looks like it's going to mess up. Oh, no, it didn't mess up. It works. Cool. Let's adjust the speed here real quick then while we got the mech running around. Let's take a look. Alright, so the speed is listed for both movement and rotation. So let's slow this sucker down for a second. Alright. Yeah, so it also slows that. It's a good 4. Good 4. I think a 4 is good. And then obviously we're going to go and straighten up these checkpoints as well. But that's cool. We got pretty far. We got a lot farther than I expected. Yeah, look at that sucker rotate. Move those hips. Move them hips. Alright, and then the last thing that we're going to do real quick, just to complete the movement, is a couple of things. So let's go back into the script. Take a look at it now. So what do we got? So we have movement for real speed is speed here. So we're going to separate this because I want him to move faster and rotate slower. So we're going to change this real quick. So real speed. So this can be real speed walk. Actually, let me do this real quick. Where's all my real speed stuff at? Let me separate everything here. Alright, so this is move towards object at speed. And then we're just cleaning some stuff up here. So rotate towards object at speed. And so this is going to be real speed walk. Real speed walk. And then we are going to do real speed rot for rotate. And then we're going to make a new speed variable in here. No, I didn't need to do that. I did that incorrectly. One sec. We need to change the speed variable here. So speed walk. I need to do both, don't I? Alright, so we'll do speed walk. Ah! Almost knocked over my drink. You're darn right it's a robot. It's a beautiful robot. And then speed rot. So this is our rotation speed. So real speed walk, real speed walk. We're just going to copy this over underneath, and we're going to do a real speed rot for rotation, speed rot here. And so now we have two separate speed variables, one for turning, one for walking. Let's turn her down, give her a run, figure out what variables we want. What did I break? Real speed does not. Oops. Real speed. This is our rotation. Save. And that error should go away now. Cool. Error went away. I just had to, I forgot to change real speed in the rotations transform. Alright, so here's our mech. Here's our speed. So we've got walking speed is set to 5. We do have a running animation for the mech now. I reached out to Al, who created this robot in the first place. For those of you who are new and don't know who GameDevHQ is, if you go to GameDevHQ.com, click FileBase, this entire level is built out of assets that are available to our members at GameDevHQ. And this now has a running animation. Not only did I get the running animation, but anybody who has the mech, has accessibility to the mech, also now has the running animation. I haven't applied it yet. Obviously, it's still walking, but let's play with the turning speed real quick. So, let's see. Let's slow it down to like a 3. 2.5. Let's see. What just happened? How did that happen? There we go. So let's do an even 3. And then you guys let me know what speed you think is good for him turning. So he's rotating. Is it too slow? Like, it's a hard call. Like, if he's going too slow, the legs have to kind of keep up with that movement. He's not making an actual, like, turning animation, which is something that I could... No. I don't want to bother Al to add more stuff. He's already added the running animation, but a turning animation would make this easier to determine how smooth to make it. But let's give him a real slow, like, just one rotation. Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. I kind of like it. Alright, I like it, kind of. And then we want to speed this back up. Just for the sake of checking. Whew! Yeah, if we speed up the walk, we have to slow down that rotation even more. So we'll bring this back down to a 6. Because 6 was the original speed that most of us agreed on. It's too fast without the running animation, though. So ignore the actual walking animation for now. So I think 6, though, or 5, becomes a better actual game speed. What do you guys think? 5 and 1 rotation? Yeah, I think 5 and 1 works, and I just need to apply that running animation. Let me see if I have it. I should have it. One sec, going through all my millions of folders. Millions of folders. Folders for me. Increase the rotation. How fast do you think we should increase it? 1.5? Alright, we'll give that a shot. Alright, one sec. I'm re-importing the mech right now, so give me just a second. Re-importing it to hopefully pick up the run animation, which I think is going to be hilarious, honestly. Oh yeah, I got the new import. There we go. Ah! Alright, his light disappeared. I'll change that here in a second, but let's take a look at the mech. Let's take a look at his controller. Here's our animator. Let's move it up here. So we got mech run now as the default state. Nice, he did that for me. I'm going to go and give him a hug. Alright, let's see. Yeah, look at him run! I love it. Alright, let me fix this light problem real quick. Where's my light? So I'm going to move the scene up real fast so you guys can see it. Alright. Ah, that's right. So I didn't move the directional light to... Originally, the directional light was a child of the main camera. And so we have to now fix this entirely. Ah! Here, it'll be easier if I just do this. 0. Okay. Mix the scale down here. 1 second. And then we want to... we're just going to zero this one out. Yeah, it's zeroed out. And then we're going to aim this sucker down. Right up there is fine. Give me the beautiful light. Ah, why is it not doing it? That does not look good. Is it this? Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, we'll play with that later. But for now, it should just be a... Ew. We're just trying to get the spotlight to look like it did a minute ago. Don't know what changed. Alright. You know what? We don't want it directional. We want it spotlight. That's part one of the problem. Spot angle. And then now I need to move the transform again. No, Y can stay at 0. I'm gonna move it back. Move it across my Z. Huh. Wonder why that's not working. Alright, well let me go ahead and just drop it into the mech. Drop it into the camera, I mean. Oh, this is the spotlight follow right there. Oh, jeez. Let me undo all that then. Alright, we'll leave that. Take a look at our actual spotlight. Why you do this to me, spotlight? I can kind of see it. Like you can see it. Here, I'll show you in the game view. You need to see the game view so you can see what I'm trying to accomplish here. So if you look at the actual mech, it's really dark. Light mode to real time. Here, let's see. Where's that? Yeah, mode is real time right now. Man, I don't know why y'all can't see these little windows that pop up, but the mode is currently listed to real time, as you can see there. Changes render to important. Where's that at? Render mode. Important. See, it's got a little bit. Let me move it back some. Aim it up. Not that way. We go this way. And then... I mean, it kinda... We'll come mess with that here in a little bit, but let me just double check this real quick. Ah! Alright, so now we've got a running mech. We'll come back to the light. I just want to make sure this is running right. Running. Alright, so you said speed rotation 1.5. Speed walk originally was like 6. That's what we wanted for this. Yeah, see, now I feel like it needs to rotate faster because it's running. And the run is hilarious. Like, I love the run. It's literally the most funny thing I've ever seen a robot do. Like, hold on. We need to see this in action. We deserve to know. Alright, so while he's running around... Yeah! Look at the little legs. Alright, so we are at 7:30. So I'm going to go figure out off screen what's going on with that light. There's a couple other changes I want to do. I'll do a little bit of cleanup, but that's it for today. So today we managed to get we got the waypoint system going. We got the rotation fixed. We got the camera to follow it and the camera to rotate with it properly. And we played with like 3 other people's code and none of them worked except for once. So we got pretty far today. I would like to go a little bit more, but today specifically I'm a little bit shorter on time. because there's some stuff that I need to do to prep Monday's video, and I want to go do that before I pass out for the night. So we're gonna call it at that. Let's see. So it just says now it's a camera that is locking on target and needs to rotate too, so you have smooth rotation. If you look at the game, the camera rotation's not too terrible. The camera rotation's not too bad. I don't mind it being snapped like that, because it's gonna be a mobile game, so I want them to be able to. We'll play with it. We'll definitely play with it and see what looks best. But I agree, there's some changes that could still happen to it, and I appreciate everybody's input today, especially yours. So that's gonna be it for tonight. And my dog says hello. Come here, Dingo. Come here. Come say hello to my dogs. This is Muppet. This is dog number 1, Muppet. Say hello. Dog number 2. Come here, Biscuit. This is Biscuit. She's a little bit bigger. This is Dingo. I call her Dingo because she's a little... Now they're fighting over supremacy. She is a... Whoa. What is it? It's like Australian cattle dog? Yeah, anyway. Alright, guys, so that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys for participating. Everybody who had suggestions as well, I made sure to try to implement those. So if you have more ideas that you want to see or more things you want to see implemented into the game, let me know. Next one will be next Thursday. And next Thursday, we're probably going to start working on adding elements to the game, adding items on the road, little spawn points. And we're going to make it where when you reach the corners will turn on procedural generation, basically, or it'll determine a random number between like 1 through 5 of the different items that'll pop up in like item spawn points. And that'll be just the basis of it, and then we'll make it more intricate as we go. Like, we're just trying to get like the foundations laid out. So the foundations will be just set respawn points on each side of the road, and then it'll randomly determine which item spawns at that respawn location, and then the future will make various respawn location and randomize which respawn location, and then randomize the item that comes at that random respawn location. So next week, that's our goal, is to start playing with the items that'll pop up. We'll give the items values, and we'll give the items all that stuff at another time. But next week, the focus will be just we're going to work on getting the visual layout, and then we'll start worrying about the point system, HP, winning, losing, things like that in the game, and then kind of just go from there. But that's it for tonight. Again, thank you guys for participating, and I will see y'all later.